Welcome to the NFC East Roundtable, a weekly live show featuring top-tier insight and analysis on all things NFC East from the best creators in the division, including Dallas Cowboys creator Jake Tuck, Philadelphia Eagles creator Simone, New York Giants creator Kid Blue, and Washington Commanders creator Rio. Catch the NFC East Roundtable every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the NFC East Roundtable YouTube channel. What is up, NFC East football fans, and welcome into another edition of the NFC East Roundtable. Week 8 is in the books, and it was a brutal week for everybody in the NFC East, not named the Philadelphia Eagles. On tonight's episode, we recap what we saw in Week 8 from all four teams in the division. And then, of course, on the second half of the episode, we will take a look at Week 9, giving you the previews and predictions of what's to come later in the week. But for now, let's dive into what we saw this past week. Let's bring in the gang. We have Jay Tuck, Simone, KB, and filling in for Rio this evening. Good to see you. It's my man, Juan. Rio, bad back, much like many of the Commanders players right now. He is hurt, so he is out for the evening. We wish him a speedy recovery. I'm actually not kidding, by the way. Rio, back banged up. He is at the physical therapist trying to get that figured out. Meanwhile, the rest of this division, they're trying to get things figured out. It looked like the Eagles got things figured out themselves. Coming off of 2 losses, they go into this past weekend, and they right the ship against KB's New York Giants, who got them a couple of weeks ago. Things were different this time around. Why don't we start there? We'll start with the rematch. As we know, just a couple of weeks ago on Thursday Night Football, the New York Giants host the Philadelphia Eagles, and it did not go how many thought it would. The Giants wound up doubling up the Eagles. They dominated on both sides of the ball. This time around, it was a different story. The Eagles now hosting the Giants. They win 38-20. Jalen Hurts 15-20, a $179, 4 touchdowns, and the prime 2024 Offensive Player of the Year version of Saquon Barkley was seen for the first time, really, this season, this past weekend. 14 carries, 150 yards, a touchdown. No better time to break it out than against his former team. Meanwhile, with the Giants, a litany of injuries suffered in this game. One no more important, of course, than that of Cam Scadaboo. Brutal injury to the ankle. He gets carted off, and the unfortunate injury list continues to get bigger and bigger for this New York Giants team. The weaponry surrounding Jackson Dart continues to get depleted. Jay Tuck, I'll start here with you. Eagles, they bounce back. The Giants, unfortunately, it's been a weird year where it feels like just when things might be looking upward, they go downward, very all over the place. A rough one for the G-men on Sunday.
Man, first thing I thought about was like, man, I hate to be KB right now because I know Simone's going to unload the clip here in a little bit. But yeah, and it's unfortunate, right? The Giants are, they're still playing good football, but the injury bug is just hitting them across the board. They lost Malik Neighbors, and now Cam Scadaboo, who's having a phenomenal rookie season thus far. So, the Giants are a talented team, a young team that we'll definitely have to talk about in the future. But as of right now, it's going to be bleak for them. But the Eagles went out there and handled business, which I kind of expected them to do. Finally, the Eagles covered and helped my parlays out, man. So salute to Philadelphia for probably doing the right thing. But Saquon got his revenge. And you just kind of just see that. I hate to say it, man, but the Eagles are starting to find their groove offensively. And that's what makes them such a force, because they have so many ways they can beat you. Last week it was, A.J. Brown and Smitty and Jalen Hurts letting things kind of go with his arm, and then you saw them building up to get the ground game going with Saquon Barkley. Defense is playing solid across the board. So, when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, they're talented, and it's a team that you have to put out, but they're starting to find their groove. So it's about to get scary, especially when you look at their schedule. So, good win for the Eagles. And KB, it's mock draft season. It's we probably should turn to the NFC East mock draft show pretty much.
Yeah, probably soon, yeah. Except
not quite, not for everybody.
As we've talked about many times on the show, it does feel like, what did you call it, Simone? The Eagles roundtable, right? Sometimes
the
it feels that way.
NFC Eagles roundtable in order has been restored in the court.
And that certainly happened this past weekend. J-Tuck, you mentioned it. This Eagles team, the scariest part about them, the ability to beat you in multiple ways. We saw Jalen Hurts have an incredible game just a couple of weeks ago where he goes off, as did A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You look at this game, no A.J. Brown, no problem. Saquon Barkley wasn't the only one to pop off in this one. Tank Bigsby, over 100 yards, 11.6 yards per carry. Saquon Barkley and Tank Bigsby combined for only 23 carries, yet that produced over 250 yards on the ground, 11 yards per carry on average for the two of them. Juan, I'll swing it to you here, man, because this was an Eagles team that looked like that of last year, and if they continue down this road, obviously no one wants to see that type of team.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a very, very entertaining game to start. I mean, I think a lot of people forget that it was a tie game after one. And this was an Eagles team that I feel like we all expected to bounce back. I didn't expect the Giants to beat them twice, but after one, it was a very competitive game. I think the Eagles went back to what they were known best, running the ball, getting the ball in the hands of their best offensive playmaker, Saquon Barkley. And I think what a lot of people tend to forget with A.J. Brown dominance is I feel like Devonta Smith is easily a wide receiver one in this league, and he showed you that. My former guy, Jahan Dawson, had a nice play as well. But the Giants, I feel bad for Giants fans and Cam Scatterbull as well, because even as a Commanders fan, like I was really starting to take a liking to him as just a player, and they have a lot of young pieces, and similar to my Commanders, their injuries are at positions that are very major for them. You already mentioned Malik Neighbors, and now Cam Scatterbull goes down as well. But the Eagles did what they supposed to do. Going into the bye week at a much-needed time with Saquon Barkley suffering a hamstring, he should be fine. But, yeah, man, Eagles taking care of business as they, was expected to do.
Eagles get right heading into that bye. They'll look to heal up. They'll get Saquon back to full health, hopefully get A.J. Brown back as well. But the scary thing here, KB, is in this one, I mean, really, everybody was able to do whatever they wanted. We mentioned Devontae Smith, 84 yards for him. Dotson, 40 yards on just one catch for a touchdown. Goddard got into the end zone 2 times on national touchdown. Or excuse me, well, it might as well have been national touchdown day in this game, but national tight end game.
Damn.
Saquon Barkley added a receiving touchdown to his running efforts as well. KB, walk me through it here, because obviously the expectations weren't the highest, but then you have Jackson Dart come in. Cam Scatterbull looks good. You do beat the Eagles a couple weeks ago, but now it's just injury after injury, and it's really tough, I'm imagining, to go into each week now with any expectation beyond hoping that Jackson Dart can continue to develop, and hopefully this time next year we see that step forward.
Yeah, man. Listen, what happened this past week was just the Giants did not show up at all. The Giants did not show up to the link at all. They must have been scared. The only person that I felt really showed up was Jackson Dart. I don't want to keep talking about it because I seem like I talk about him every single week, but he continues to impress time and time again. The moment's never too big for him. I think what we can take from that game on Sunday, the biggest thing we could take from that game on Sunday is the Giants not doing their part, the front office not doing their part, the coaching staff not doing their part in building around Jackson Dart. If you look at the state of this roster right now, it's unfortunate that we have a lot of injuries, but every single team in the NFL sustain injuries, but not every single team stays that way. They go out there and they make their moves. Look at Howie Roseman with the Eagles. When things go wrong with the positions that he put out there for the season, he goes out and trades for a player, brings in more players from free agency, and they make it work. And on top of that, with good coaching, they find a way to be productive. The Giants really rely, and you saw it in this game, really rely on players' names, right? The Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau. What happens when those guys go down, especially on defense? What happened like in the secondary? Paulson Adebo and Javon Holland not playing in this game due to injury. We have Tyler Nubin out there who in the second... guys, I'm not going to crash out today. I'm not going to do it. In the second play of the game, ladies and gentlemen, the second play of the game, Tyler Nubin, Saquon Barkley runs for a good run by Saquon Barkley. It should have been like a 15-yard gain. It was a good chunk yardage run, not taking anything away from Saquon at all, but it should have ended at like 15 yards. Tyler Nubin who was the safety there, just stared at Saquon Barkley, waited for Saquon Barkley to pass him, and started chasing him down the field for like a 70-yard touchdown. And that's happened almost every single week. It's happened with J Tuck's Commanders with Javonte Williams in week 2. I believe it happened Cowboys with Javonte Williams. I believe it happened with the Commanders as well in week 1 with one of those. I think it was Krosky Merritt and Tyler Nubin allowed that run. The Chargers game, Omari and Hampton, huge run downfield because of Tyler Nubin. And now in this game against the Eagles, huge run by Saquon Barkley because of Tyler Nubin. My point is, when these guys are good players are not on the field, we don't have the right guys in place to be productive, without those guys on the field. So we're beat up right now. We have practice squad guys out there on both sides of the football, defense and offense. I'm not even going to get to the offense. The fact that Jackson Dart is even being competitive in these games versus the defenses that he's going against is ridiculous. We're throwing to literally just tight ends. He's throwing to Theo Johnson, who can't catch the ball, and Daniel Bellinger, who never gets thrown the ball anyway. And then Wan'Dale Robinson, who's 5'8". And then Jalen Hyatt, who has 3 catches on the season. Who's starting, by the way. A starting wide receiver has 3 catches on the season. And Lil Jordan Humphrey, who's a practice squad player. It's frustrating. On top of that, I think Simone would also agree, that was the worst officiated game in NFL history. I kid you not, that was the worst officiated game in NFL history. You can go from the OPI call, the block in the back by Wan'Dale Robinson, the stupid tush-push fumble that we all know was a fumble. And I'm sure Simone could express grievances with the officiating with her team. It was terrible. So the Giants not only had to fight the Eagles, they also had to fight the injuries that they've sustained because Joe Shane refuses to make any moves and just completely close his shop during the season when it comes to adding to this roster. And also the referees as well. The Giants were just not ready to play, to keep it short and sweet. I don't even want to talk about the game. Well, why do I want to talk about the game? I mean, we just got our asses kicked. They didn't even show up over there. We had Bobby Okereke, who Devontae Smith catches the ball. Bobby Okereke attempts to punch it out. I wish I could show you guys this. He winds up punching his own person in the face, his own teammate in the face, Cordell Flott, and gave him a concussion. That's the New York Giants. That's New York Giants football. He punched his own man in the face. It looked like something you would see on the internet, like a fight video. Like he literally just sucker punched his own teammate in the face, gave him a concussion. That is the epitome of the Giants this season. And it sucks that Jackson Dart has to endure this because he is playing phenomenally well for what he's been given, and it sucks to see. And we got a long season ahead of us.
Simone, look what you're doing to poor KB. Come on, man. At least you let him have his fun a couple of weeks ago. That was huge, right? They needed that. And Simone, look.
We did. We won our Super Bowl. I'm ready for the draft.
I'm happy you got it in. And it was on a national stage. I'm glad you got it. But this time around, the Eagles got it in dominant fashion. And Simone, one of them great weekends for you. Eagles get it done. No one else on the panel does. So walk me through your weekend. Walk me through the Eagles' domination on Sunday.
First of all, that was hard to listen to. I'm going to just say that. That almost put a damper on my moment, put a damper on my win. Like, that was tough.
I'll put a GoFundMe up for everybody. You can donate to me.
Losers need to go last next time, okay? Because, okay? First of all, the Eagles did what we knew they was going to do. To think that we was going to get swept by the Giants, to think we might lose in Kelly Green, that's crazy. Last time we played the Giants, like guys said a million times, Jalen Carter wasn't on the flow. Quinyon was barely on the flow. Nakobe Dean wasn't on the flow. Like I said, this time this defense was going to be brand new, okay? And we saw it. They faced a completely different Eagles team this week than they did on Thursday Night Football, okay? Pass rush, only 3 pass rushers going into the game because I'm not complaining about injuries. Everybody got injuries, okay? Only 3 pass rushers going into this game, but the guys
you just finished saying that you didn't have Jalen Carter and Nakobe Dean and Quinyon Mitchell. You just literally talked about injuries. All right,
just let it happen, KB. Just let it happen, bro.
KB, I thought your soliloquy was over with. Do you need more time?
I can't let that slide though. You just contradicted yourself.
You need more time
in real time.
No.
I'll let you go. I'm muting my mic.
Okay, because to think that the Giants was going to go back-to-back in their Eagles Super Bowl run was crazy, okay? To ever think that. shout out to my defense. Shout out to Jalix Hunt. Really stepped up these last 2 games. Kevin Patullo stepped up these last 2 games. So hoping he can carry that on into next week. Like Z-Bot said, no AJ Brown, no problem. We have 2 wide receiver ones on this team. We have one of the best tight ends in the league. We have Saquon freaking Barkley, who, when we needed it the most, was able to break loose. Yes. Okay. First touch to the crib. That's crazy. Vibes were so good on the field. Vibes were so great on the sideline. Dallas Goedert, 2 touchdowns. I'm saying I was just jumping up and down the entire game. I got 20,000 steps. And half of them steps was from the game, jumping up and down. Tank Bigsby, okay, in-season trade. Don't know why he was just on special teams for the beginning of the season, wasting this man's talent. He popped off. Jahan Dotson, okay, Super Bowl champ Jahan Dotson, somebody who stays ready, okay, never consistently involved in this offense, but anytime his number is called, Jahan always has a big catch for us. So thank you, Commanders. Thank you, Giants, for all your contributions. The offensive line, we were without our starting center, but it didn't matter because Brett Toth still bit down, stepped up. Keely Ringo didn't cost us the game. Quinyon played great. Coop played great. Reed played great. Everybody 10-10-10s across the board. Order has been restored in the NFC East, okay? I stayed there, okay? I stayed there. Y'all ain't never hear me whining and crying and not showing up. Okay, because I need a doctor's note from Rio next time. His back is hurting, okay? You see the way Kid Blue all over here defeated. Tuck ain't said nothing this entire show. Rio ain't even show up. The way I stayed down there in that 2-game losing streak.
I know it was tough on you.
We don't lose, we learn. I never broke character, okay? This face never started sweating. I knew my team would be right back here where we are in the pole position in the NFC East, the NFC Eagles, okay? I knew this was going to happen. Thank you.
Eagles back. Meanwhile, the rest of the division trying to find their footing. It was a rough weekend.
I actually took a light on you, KB, as crazy as you went when y'all won. So you should actually
She's acting like she's been there before.
They're expected to beat us, okay? Nobody expected us to beat them.
Okay.
He told you mercy, man. You should be grateful. Okay. You went on a 2-hour run when y'all ran.
I had to, bro. I had to.
Thank you, chat, because that's twice Rio didn't show up after losses. Meanwhile, he be steady on the social apps. And Tuck, what's up with you? Ooh. All of a sudden, you quiet now. You ain't got nothing to say. You mute.
Hey, I'm here. I clocked in. I was 5 minutes early.
What's up with him? I need to see some life on here.
Well,
this guy is blurry. We can't even make out his face.
You want to hear from J Tuck, Simone? Well, let's hear from J Tuck. Let's talk about them Dallas Cowboys who just got whipped by the Denver Broncos on the road. 44-24, the final in this one. Dak Prescott, perhaps his worst outing of the year, 19-31. 188, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Javonte Williams got in twice. That was pretty much the extent of the offense. Tough day against this stout Denver Broncos defense. On the other end of things, we know the struggles of the Dallas Cowboys defense, and it was apparent once again on Sunday. Bo Nix, 19-29, 247, 4 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, over 100 yards on the ground. Juan, I'll start with you. The Cowboys, just this defense, man, they can't get it right. And it seems every offense is able to get their stuff right against this team.
Yeah, every offense not named the Washington Commanders. So I went into this game actually thinking the Cowboys offensively was going to be able to move the ball in the Broncos defense. I thought the Broncos defense with the Giants game last week, actually, like that, even I know y'all already talked about that one. That one was crazy for me, because that was just an insane game. But I felt like offensively they were going to be able to have some success, and it never really amounted to that on a consistent basis. And I was just more surprised at how much Denver was able to get going. I get the Dallas Cowboys defense was putrid, but 44 points was not something I expected. But it was an emotional day in Mile High with Demaryius Thomas, so you kind of take that into a factor as well. But I mean, the Cowboys are who we know them to be defensively, and at some point we know around this time every single year the Cowboys tend to fall off. So I'm not surprised at the outcome, and shout out to Denver for taking care of business.
KB, we know about you in these Denver Broncos. You had them beat until you didn't. 33 points in the fourth just a week ago. But if you're looking at this one was far, far different against Dallas. They had this one won from the jump. So what did you make between Dallas and Denver here on Sunday?
This is the danger with the Dallas Cowboys. We talked about them last week, how they could be a real contender, if the defense can show up and Dak continuing to play on an MVP type level. But when Dak is not on his game fully, it's going to be messy for the Cowboys because their defense just will not hold on for the lives of them. So they are literally dependent on Dak Prescott playing at an MVP type level, like Jay Tuck was saying in the beginning of the season. That's the only way this team is going to wind up winning games, and we've seen what happens now when Dak is not able to do that. The Cowboys really they need to score over 30, 40 points just to win a game. That's insane. That's asking a lot of your quarterback, and there are going to be weeks like this where that happens. So, and it seems like Denver's really hitting their stride too. I don't know if we just found a way to unlock them or something, but Denver fans are like riding high right now. And of course, after this huge win, they're even more excited, and they should be. This was a big win for them. So yeah, shout out Denver. I think, did they sweep us, or they still have another team to play?
I don't think, have they played?
They still got to play the Commanders.
They're 3-0, ain't they? So
Yep.
against us, man. So shout out to the Broncos, man. They are sweeping the East.
Simone, what do you got to say about them little boys in this one?
Little boys will be little boys. And I don't see Tuck saying, let's pull up that last video. Week 1, I told y'all what Dak was going to do. Because he's quiet now. Okay? So if you're a first-time viewer of this show, well, that man is not quiet. He sat up here each and every week after wins and said, I told y'all what was going to happen. Any game Dak Prescott is in, the little boys have a chance to win that game. What's going on? Because Dak is playing, okay? And I'm not making no excuses. I hear KB saying making excuses for Dak. We don't do that, okay? We don't make excuses for Dak Prescott. What's happening with the little boys is it's getting cold outside, okay? So Dak is starting to transform and take his different shape, okay? That's what's going on. Plus, Tuck, I saw your video. Yeah. On Instagram. Tuck talking to the little boys fan base, talking about something. Y'all, we are just not a good football team. Meanwhile, on this show, in any game Dak is playing in, y'all have a chance. So which one is it? Are you telling them y'all ain't got no chance? Or any game your quarterback is in, y'all got a chance? Because it's not added up here, okay? The Broncos did what we knew the Broncos was going to do. Red all over them little boys. I told y'all they was going to clean up the East. Once the Eagles fell to the Broncos, you know what I'm saying? The NFC Eagles gods was not going to let y'all win, okay? If we had to lose to the Broncos, all y'all got to lose to the Broncos.
Jay Tuck, she just hit you with the nay, man. I mean, and my God, the disrespect.
Nothing back. This is sad.
Holy
Fight
cow.
back, Jay Tuck. Fight back.
Y'all have hit rock bottom.
Jay Tuck, man, the floor is yours. Your rebuttal, please.
Well, I mean, if we're being honest, I should be the one that's been going through physical therapy right now with Rio, because we're the ones that got our backs blown out by the Denver Broncos again. You know what I'm saying? So I need a doctor's note. But, the Dallas Cowboys haven't beat the Denver Broncos since 95. So we know it's going to be a tough task. But just like KB was saying, our defense is horrible. Our defense is horrible, and I feel like this is karma for sending Micah Parsons out there to Green Bay. You can't get – I don't even think Bo Nix had to shower after that game Sunday because he never even touched the grass. They probably just took his uniform off, folded it back, and just put it right back up because you probably didn't even break a sweat. We can't get any pressure. We cannot cover anybody. There's this media slander campaign going on with Trayvon Diggs, so now we stash him at IR. But who do we stash him at IR for? Tracrees Weeze Bridges. And they just went out there and just picked on him the entire game. They said, I don't care who he's covering, just go at him. And they bullied him. And I told everybody in my pregame show, my draft kiddos, when I'm watching, they go crazy. RJ Harvey said, don't worry, Tuck, I got you, bro. RJ Harvey had 3 touchdowns. He was about to go Al Bundy poker high versus Dallas Cowboys defense. It is that bad. And the fact that Dak Prescott has to play like a Super Saiyan every game for us to even have a chance to win, it's crazy. Now, Dak didn't have his best game, but he was pressing because, like KB was saying, every time we touch the ball, you have to score. You know, if you play Madden Superstar mode, it feels like when you're playing on offense and then you hit that simulation button, you see those little charts. That's how it feels like when our defense is on the field. Just let them score and let them score quickly so we can get our offense back on the field. But offense didn't play well. Our offensive line was able to protect versus Denver's front. They was able to get pressure. That's why they're leading the NFL in sacks. You know, they had the turnovers, lost the turnover margin. It was just a bad day at the office for the Dallas Cowboys. They got whooped in all 4 phases. Brian Schottenheimer got taken behind the woodshed, and Sean Payton just beat him with a stick. He played scared. He played timid. The play calling was off. It was a bad game, but this is what the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. They're either hot or they're off, right? So it's this on win-loss. And for Dak Prescott, he has to play at an MVP level every game. You cannot have a Jalen Hurts type performance and for this Dallas Cowboys team to win. So you're going to have to go out there and play Super Saiyan. So it just is what it is, man. So we'll see how things shake out Monday night versus the Cardinals. But as of right now, this Dallas Cowboys team is in trouble because our schedule's about to get dark when we get back from Vegas, and we cannot stop anybody on the defensive side of the ball. And it doesn't sound like Jerry Jones is about to make any trades. So it just is what it is at this point. So mock draft me, KB.
Play Jalen Hurts type football. You mean Super Bowl MVP type football?
No, I mean like have like a cool little 180. Like he can't throw for like a cool little 180. You know, little 61% completion rate. He can't do that shit. Like, you know, like he can't. Unfortunately, right? Because you know, like Simone was out there saying, you know, we got AJ Brown and we got Smitty and we got Saquon and we got Jalen Carter back and we got Cooper DeJean. If I say John, right? You can say all those names. I don't have that luxury, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that luxury.
All of a sudden now you don't have no luxury. You all beat down bad.
I don't have the luxury on defense.
But 2 weeks ago, it was all big bad.
Name our starting linebacker.
First of all, Z-Bot is the host of this show.
Hold on. Somebody actually, chat. Somebody name our starting safety.
You still got Wilson up there. What's
he
his
was
name?
out. They were out. They were out. They were out.
I like him though.
Yeah, he's not any good. Name our starting
Donovan
corners.
Wilson. He always makes a play against us. That's why I like him. I'm like, damn, he's pretty good.
So we have nobody out the defensive side of the ball, and the one guy that they paid in Osa Odighizuwa, he had 1 assisted tackle. He just jumped on the pile and got a tackle, and he's one of our highest paid defensive players out there. It's a damn shame, but once again, this is karma because Jerry Jones let his ego get in the way, and he sent a guy who can get 10 pressures and 3 sacks in one game to Green Bay for a bag of chips and some draft picks, and now we're stuck.
Jay Tuck, you mentioned Monday Night Football, and you mentioned struggles. You mentioned a tough schedule. Reminds me of a certain Monday Night Football game I just watched last evening.
You might be so harsh with it, boy.
Washington taking
I like it, though. It's
on
hilarious.
the Kansas City Chiefs, and man, oh man, the Chiefs are going to chief, aren't they? Just when we thought they were down, they're right back in. 7-7 at half, 28-7 at the end of it. Washington, 21-point defeat to the Kansas City Chiefs on the road here. Patrick Mahomes doing whatever he wanted in this one in the second half, at least. 2 touchdowns to open up the drive. The game. Washington could not capitalize. Kansas City would go on to dominate. Mahomes finishes 25-34, 299, 3 touchdowns with those 2 picks. Travis Kelce, his best game of 2025, 6 receptions, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Mariota trying his best in the absence of Jaden Daniels, 21-30, 213, and a score, but Washington just could not get on the board. And after the first couple of drives, or really after the first half, they just could not find a way to stop this Chiefs offense. They wind up losing this one. The Commanders wind up now falling to 3-5. KB, what are you making of the Commanders here? Kind of sputtering a bit, at least compared to what we thought they were going to be after what we saw last season from this team.
Yeah, it comes to a point where, we talk about injuries all the time. Now we're heading towards that part of the season where you're going to have a lot of your guys hurt. You got to find a way to win the football games anyway. I know Jaden Daniels has not been healthy for a good chunk of the season, but you got to find a way to at least be competitive. I thought that was going to be the case because by halftime it was 7-7. There was no score in the first quarter. So I thought this was going to be sort of a closer game. Maybe the Chiefs kind of slowed down a little bit, kind of overestimated or underestimated the Commanders, but after halftime, they just took over, and Travis Kelce had an amazing game. Of course, I was going up against him in fantasy in my main league. So, yeah, he just completely dominated in the worst time possible. But, the Commanders are really struggling defensively, and we all knew they were going to struggle defensively. As much as Commanders fans may have thought their defense was going to get any better because of, Joe Witt or whatever the case is, the defense for the Commanders every single season for as long as I can remember always had names. They just could never put it together. So that's just what we're seeing this season. And then offensively, you're dealing with a lot of injuries, especially with your quarterback. But still, you got to find a way to move the ball down the field, and they just haven't been able to do that as much, especially on the ground. Marcus Mariota, again, is their leading rusher. Krosky Merritt, the industry plant that he is, has one or two good games, and he just disappears and becomes a 7th-round pick that he actually is. And then, I don't even know what else to say from there. Jeremy McNichols is carrying this team. Boise State Bronco, baby. Jeremy McNichols out there led the team in receiving. So, they're all over the place right now. I'm happy that the Commanders slowed down to the point where as much as issues the Giants have this season, we're still one game behind Washington. And if there's one thing I can hope for this season, for the rest of the season, it's to at least get 3rd place, baby. That's how it's been for the last 10 years with the Giants and Commanders. So that's gonna be my goal at the end of the season. Let's get 3rd place, baby.
Simone,
which is crazy because that second place is still open, as bad as we're all playing.
It's true.
The second place is still open, but I can't see it happening. We lost Scat and all that, so.
This is sad to be a part of.
I know it's got
fighting for the bottom is crazy.
It's tough. Simone feels like a bully. She doesn't even feel right about it.
It's been like this for 10 years. You're just experiencing us talk about it, but it's been listen. Even growing up, I was just listen, just get me over the Commanders, man, or get me over the Washington, whatever they called themselves at that point in time, So that's just how it's been ever since our Super Bowl days.
Simone, these Commanders, they're the losers of 3 straight, 4 of their last 5. What did you make of what you saw against the team that your Eagles destroyed just a few months ago in the Super Bowl?
Man, this roundtable is getting kind of depressing.
Take a couple weeks off.
Go on vacation.
I'm about to bring this up. This is not good for my mental health. But yeah, this is what I expected. I don't know if any of y'all follow me on social media, but I said it was DOA for Washington as soon as they landed in Missouri. The Chiefs are getting back to their stride. They're getting healthy. They're getting into their groove. So I just knew the Chiefs offense was just going to be way too much for a mid Commanders defense. The Commanders defense was mid last season. It was their offense that was really carrying the torch. And now this year with the offense being subpar, it's a whole hot mess. I cannot believe this is the team that got to play against the Philadelphia Eagles, which is a privilege to come into the link and play championship football. I cannot believe that this is that same team that got to play against us in the NFC Championship game. This is embarrassing what's going on in Washington. Good for them that they're going to be getting back healthy soon. I saw Jaden Daniels was supposed to be practicing this week or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to need y'all to I need at least one of y'all's teams to show some type of life. Keep this interesting. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is kind of what we expected from Washington. As Tuck will say, when it's his turn, Cinderella had to have midnight strike at some point.
Midnight Cinderella.
Jay Tuck, these Commanders, they had the privilege of playing the AFC champions on Monday night out in your neck of the woods. What did you make of the inability to really get anything going throughout the game offensively, and then the second half just not being able to stop Kansas City's offense?
Well, one, Marcus Mariota, you're a jerk because you blew up the first half -7 in spread. So you got that touchdown at the end of the half. But, Marcus Mariota, he fought for the first half. He had the touchdown for Terry McLaurin. The Commanders really couldn't get it going on the ground. I think they only had like 60 yards rushing. So whenever you're playing at Arrowhead, it is a tough place to play, y'all, especially Monday night. Primetime football. People were geeked up. I had friends that were out there since 8 a.m, just ready to beat on the Commanders. I was going to join them, but a little chilly for my liking. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a warm weather guy when it comes to my football experiences. But, just like KB saying, Simone's already said, Commanders fans, I try to tell you, it's kind of like dating an ex. I'm trying to tell you, hey, she's kind of, she's kind of crazy. When it comes to Dan Quinn, you're going to have one good year when everything looks magnificent. And then after that, you're going to sit back and watch the defense and say, what the hell am I watching? And Dan Quinn's defense right now, it's folding, it's looking bad. I know Commanders fans want to blame Joe Witt or Dan Quinn. Doesn't matter because you can't stop anybody. It's very Dallas Cowboys-esque. Not as bad as our defense, but it's still bad, right? But I just don't think that the Commanders have the talent on the defensive side of the ball. Now, of course, Jaden Daniels is their eraser. Him getting back healthy can change a lot because I think their offense can still be explosive. You saw what Terry was able to do with Marcus Mariota. They still got Debo, even though he's a little, chunky and thick out there. But, I just think that the Commanders will still be in play if Jaden Daniels can get healthy. But with this defense, I don't see them being serious playoff contenders. If anything, I think the last three teams, whether it's the Giants, Commanders, or the Cowboys, unfortunately, it is scrapping for that second place spot. And whatever happens, maybe a wild card appearance. But the Commanders have some issues because their schedule gets dark just like the Cowboys. And if Jaden Daniels isn't healthy, it's going to be bad for them. So, going against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs got their, Z-Bot opponent coming up this week, and that's going to be a tough one. But they just punched on the Commanders. You saw Rashee Rice, you saw Travis Kelce was up there dancing with Taylor up in the press box. Like it's just different. And Kansas City Chiefs are starting to find their swag. So Commanders just never really stood a chance. But just is what it is.
Yeah, well, Juan, hopefully my Buffalo Bills can get some redemption for you this upcoming Sunday. But right now, your Washington Commanders and the fan base alike, they're frustrated, right? Tim's coming in. He's saying, I have zero faith that my Commanders will actually win another game this year.
Like that,
Not even the Miami game.
Since week one, man. Things have changed.
Damn,
well, listen to the way the representatives are talking on this show. Listen to how y'all talking. How is Tim Pache supposed to feel?
That's because you're new, Simone. This is how the whole show was last year for a lot. This was the entire show.
Listen, Simone, I was coming in every week with a bag over my head. Okay, so it's
and see, my people was getting on me last week saying I took it too easy on y'all. I told them I had to ease up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was looking too pitiful. They said I didn't lay the hammer enough on y'all. I can't do this every week.
Eagles like bullying people. You know what I'm saying? We get it, but y'all not going nowhere either. So it's just like I mean, y'all gonna have
I need to make a trade. We need like a contenders in the NFC Roundtable. Put some bottom feeders on their own little roundtable. You know what I'm saying? We can mix it up for the second half of the season.
Yep, and you'll be out here mock drafting with the rest of us, and I'll get y'all back.
Mock draft special, baby.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Tim's getting ready for mock draft season because he doesn't even think the Commanders are going to beat Miami because they just stomped the Falcons, who beat the Commanders. He says this is life as a Washington fan. Juan, I know Rio's been having struggles with this team this year. I'm sure you have too. So walk me through what we saw Monday and what we've been really seeing from the Commanders all year long here.
Man, it's been rough. If you told me based off of what we did last year that we would be sitting here at 3-5, I would not believe you. But last night's game, and I'll tell you that super chat though, we still got Miami. I think we can beat Miami. We still got the Giants. Like we can win another game, man. I don't think you need to feel that bad about us. But I'm gonna first start by saying this. Injuries is a part of every team, but I mean, I think the Washington Commanders is a team that has been decimated by injuries at their key positions, whether it's Jaden Daniels, it's Terry McLaurin, it's literally our defense. We have no pass rushers, like literally. I can probably go out there and suit up and start right now for our pass rushers, if we're being honest. So the injury bug definitely has bit the Washington Commanders, but I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna solely blame it on that. I think we've had opportunities after opportunities, especially last night. If you told me we turned Patrick Mahomes over twice, I say, oh man, this defense hasn't done none of that the past, I say, since the season started, honestly, forcing turnovers. And we forced 2, really should have had 3 because Darnell Savage punched one out, and Marshawn Lattimore, good Lord, he doesn't know how to fall on the football. He wants to pick it up and run. But needless to say, this was a 7-7 game going into halftime, man. I'll be like honest, I did not feel good about that because I felt like we squandered too many opportunities. The first half, offensively, we were not being stopped. We were moving the ball up and down the field on Kansas City's defense. But as bad teams often do, we find ways to not convert, turning over the ball. Deebo Samuel, hands like a snake on the first drive. We're driving all the way down, quick little pop pass to him off the hands, and then that just ends that drive because we turn it over. When you're playing teams like Kansas City, especially in Kansas City, who are clearly better than you, you cannot afford to have turnovers like that. I like the aggressive mindset from Dan Quinn to say, you know what, we're the inferior team. We're going to go for it. We went for it on 4th and 6. I don't know how y'all feel about that call, but I felt like Zach Ertz got that first down. On 4th and 1, I don't know what happened, but it just was an incomplete pass, deep shot to, I believe, Terry McLaurin. I want to say he fell down. It's just too many self-inflicted wounds. I think Kansas City was there for the taking, especially first half, and we just did not take advantage of it. And once that second half kicked off, and I really knew it was a nail in the coffin. Once they kicked the ball off to Jalen Lane and he let the ball go out of bounds, and we had to start that possession at the 1-yard line, I said, oh, yeah, it's over. So I didn't have no expectations for last night. But I will say, to a lot of people talking about Dan Quinn, he's actually the only coach on this coaching staff that I truly feel bad for, because I can tell he's coaching his tail off. I can tell he's actually trying, and he's just not getting a response from his players to buy in and to actually get the job done. I felt like we were competitive last night and showed me signs that if we can take that into Seattle, we can actually, beat the Seahawks, because defensively, as you guys mentioned, it has been horrible all year. But yesterday we actually played well. Quan Martin, good Lord, get him off my football field. He had a stupid penalty on a crucial play. He literally hit Noah Gray. He squared up and hit Noah Gray, which means he had ample opportunities to react and stop himself. And that cost us a 3rd and long, gave him an automatic first down. Johnny Newton had an easy sack on Patrick Mahomes, and then he just slams him to the ground. And we already know how these refs get with Patrick Mahomes. Easy flag thrown and cost us another big play. So, more of the story, the Commanders, they played better than expected. I know a lot of people look at Marcus Mariota and say he's not Jaden Daniels, but if you ask me, Marcus Mariota played well enough to win that game yesterday, especially, as you mentioned, not having no run game. I don't know what happened to the run game. We single-handedly just have not been able to run the ball well since week 5 against the Chargers. And obviously not having your receivers out there until yesterday. It's just been tough, man. And I really can't tell you, outside of starting all the way back in training camp with Terry McLaurin, his contract negotiation, like things just felt off since then, man. But being 3-5 at this point was not my expectations for this team, and I'm pretty depressed about it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why don't you just fire Dan Quinn?
No, he's not the problem.
He's a horrible defensive coordinator. Y'all should just fire him.
He's not even.
I would take him in a heartbeat.
Dan Quinn is not the issue at all. Again, I think he's the only coach that I feel like is really good for us, man.
J-Tuck just wants some Dan Quinn action back in
Dallas. I need.
Hey, you can have.
I'll take that Dan Quinn can't stop the run defense back in a heartbeat, man.
You can have Joe Witt, man. I'm telling you, he's an awesome.
I'll take Joe Witt, man. I'll take me. I'll like take you on. I'll take anybody at this point. So, whoever's willing to help this Cowboys defense, because I'm desperate.
I'm ready to play corner for my team. We got nobody out there.
I'm ready to see it, KB. I want to see it.
Come on, I can play press. I can play press.
I got 2 sacks left in this old body, man. I got 2 sacks.
Put me in a slot and I'm good.
This isn't good for me. I'm hanging around a pack of losers.
Okay, because we'll turn it up a notch once Green Bay handles y'all. How about that?
Hanging around a pack of losers. This isn't good for me. I need one of y'all to stand up
out there in Lambeau. I'll
stand
promise
up.
to get more.
Roll your shoulders back. Bite down on your mouthpiece.
Man.
Simone gets a week off this upcoming week, and then you mentioned it. It's a Packers game that's going to be massive. Those are the top 2 seeds in the NFC, but that's 2 weeks from now. We'll see what happens then. But luckily for the 3 losers in this division, they'll get a chance to bounce back this upcoming week in week 9. We'll touch on that in just a second. Before we do, quick shout out to my friends over at RotoWire who have one of the best tools in the business. It's their best picks and props bets tool on their premium subscription service in the website. It gives you insights on what to use on Sleeper and all of the various other apps, gives you insights on what to lean in terms of players that are expected to go more than their projected yards or their touchdowns. Also gives you projections on the lesser end as well. So this upcoming week, RotoWire's thinking Jalen Waddle is going to have some success going up against the Baltimore Ravens defense on Thursday Night Football. They think that might lead to a lesser run game from Devon Achane in that football game, so they're leaning less on his rushing prop. That's just one of the many awesome tools with a premium RotoWire subscription. Take advantage of it today. Link in the description below. Click that, sign up, and then use the promo code RTS, and that will get you a 15% off discount on that RotoWire premium subscription. And of course, you can use this for Sleeper. And speaking of Sleeper, you know we love Sleeper on the NFC East Roundtable. I've already handcrafted a slip for Thursday Night Football, as I just mentioned. And look what I already had. I used the RotoWire premium tool to help give me insight on leaning on that Jalen Waddle more than 61.5 receiving yards. So I threw that in the mix alongside a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. And Lamar Jackson should be back, right? We were told he was going to be back last week. That wound up being a massive controversy in the NFL, but more than likely will be back Thursday night. Threw him in with the free pick there, more than a half passing yard. That is good for a 3x multiplier. You can tell that, or of course, create your own in the link in the description below. Click that and sign up for Sleeper. Once you do, use the promo code RTS. That will get you a 100% match up to $100 with that promo code RTS. And before you even make a deposit, check out Sleeper completely free. Once you make an account, you will immediately get a free $20 wager to use on the picks aspect of the app. So link in the description below. Click that, sign up, and check out Sleeper today. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper terms of use for details. Currently available in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. All right, before we move on to week 9, let's move on over to some super chats that I see hanging out here on the right side of my screen. We'll start here with Fly Eagles Fly saying, "What's up, Roundtable? Happy to be on a bye with a 6-2 record and in first place in the NFC East. Go Birds, enjoy your wonderful bye, Simone, and a prayer up to Cam Scadaboo." I thought it was pretty cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, the link gave him a standing O as he was getting carted off, which is cool. I feel like everybody loves Cam Scadaboo. So
I know he's like taking over the NFL's hearts. Like he's like a whole sport favorite now.
Totally agree, and I think everybody was devastated to see him go down. Hopefully he recovers quickly and we can see him back out on the field ASAP because he is fun to watch. Linda coming in saying MVP Dak is 6-9-1 in his last 16 games. This is your king, J Tuck?
Yes, it is.
Point blank.
Yes.
Next question.
No doubt
Linda, you know it's his king. It's the best quarterback in the NFC East.
Yes.
Green Wingman, man, as always, Simone, the Eagles love continues to pour in. Green Wingman saying, "Curious how the Eagles miss Brett Toth as a decent center. A little bit of malpractice from Jeff Stoutland." What do you make on that there, Simone? I haven't seen this take being floated around.
Brett, he bit down on his mouthpiece last game against the Giants. So I'm not getting on him today because he stepped up last game. He looked good last game. But a lot of people are talking about Jeff Stoutland. There's only so much Jeff Stoutland can do with all these injuries. Like, it's a rotating door throughout the game on the offensive line. So I'm gonna give him some grace because of all the injuries.
Patience, Simone is stressing Green Women in due time. JT,
We not crash outs like these three. We not crashing out.
You have nothing to crash out about. If you did, it would be nonsense.
she's coming off of 2 losses, KB. It's tough out there in Philly sometimes.
It's so tough. It's so tough.
I took 2 losses and I wasn't crashing out. So thanks.
You guys are 6-2. I won't crash out. I won't do it.
JT87. How many years has Dak had a top 10 defense in his career? And what did he do with it? Prescott is ass. Who chokes when you expect something out of him? Go Birds.
Prescott only has 1 S in it.
It's a pretty unbiased take there, I'd say, from JT.
He can't even speak up
I know.
Listen, we all know Eagles fans can't spell. All right, we all know that.
Point out there in Philly. Just, man.
We
Might
didn't
wanna
even hear what you
GPT
said.
that
Say
shit
it with
next
your
time before you
chest,
post in the
Tug.
chat. You know what I'm saying?
I think JT threw 2 S's in there because he knows you're pressed over it.
That was spelled right.
I know. Spelling ain't a strong boy. ELGG.
ELEGS Eagles. Woo!
Hey, you don't gotta spell right to play football. Okay, maybe y'all get out y'all book,
Clearly.
write down in your mouthpieces. strap on your
Okay, I
pads,
feel you.
Play some football.
feel you.
Y'all will have something to talk about on this show.
I feel you. I'm just, this little spell check, spell correct. I don't want JT out there looking bad for his super chat. He turned in a super chat. You know what I'm saying? I want to get him right.
In the world of AI, you can't turn down a nice human autocorrect, right? We got to start using our brains a little bit.
Your cell phone, when you pick that up, he must got that Android, bro. Like,
now he giggling. The show almost over. Now he talking.
I mean, I've always laughed at people who couldn't spell. It's always just been funny to me. You know what I'm saying?
Linda's coming back in, and one thing she doesn't find funny is the jackass narrative about a QB that does it without a team and name an NFL team that won a Super Bowl without good players. Dare ya?
About a QB that does it without
Linda just made
name an NFL team that has won a Super Bowl without good players.
Basically, she's saying it's not all on the QB.
Right.
Thank
Linda
you,
she might have said that as Simone. That's what we've been trying to explain for the last 9 weeks. Not just the quarterback.
No, she's talking about you.
She's talking to you. She's saying it's the team. She's saying it's not just about one player. It's
I don't know who is she yelling at. I don't even know who she's yelling at.
All 3 of y'all.
That's not you.
But when have we used that sentiment ever?
Yeah.
I think the point is that
Tuck said earlier, you hear all those players you're naming? We don't have nobody on our team. We ain't got this, we ain't got that. He's saying,
I didn't say that.
But I'm saying he's in a good situation. Let's talk for a second. Like, you Eagles fans act like the kid who wants to be a gangster rapper who comes from the suburbs and has good parents. Bro, just be you and understand that you have good parents and a good Howie Roseman, that whenever you need a defensive tackle or an edge rusher or a linebacker or a corner, that mommy, daddy, Howie will go get it for you, and you're privileged. Like, why y'all want to act like, nah, we get it out the mud. We from the hood. We have to struggle. You don't have to struggle for anything because your GM will go out there and get it for you and put your quarterback in optimal situations. Stop faking. Why are y'all CB foreign when it comes to your quarterback? He's in a great situation. They put everything around him. That was the whole idea why they moved on from Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts. Before they did that, Jalen Hurts was out there getting clapped up 40 ball by the Dallas Cowboys. They decided to build a great team around him to help him out. Why is it so hard to admit that? What is wrong with that?
This hot
if I
air.
take Jalen Hurts and dump him in Cincinnati, they are the bottom of the NFL. He is not that guy, but it's okay. He's in a great situation. You have a good mother and father and an owner and organization that loves you and take care of you. Be proud of that. Be proud of that.
Reading
CB4, they're acting like they come to trenches. They act like they from a struggle. They from a gated community.
Obviously, reading comprehension.
And Jalen lives at home with good parents, and Jalen's parents got a real good marriage. Bro,
that's a good analogy. Good analogy.
Tell me when you're done so I can say
I'm not done. You told me to start talking more, didn't you? Well, I'm talking. Why are y'all so afraid to admit that though? Like, I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm
Is
about
it my
to do
turn?
so easy. I'm about to ask him the same thing. Why do y'all
Is
at
it
the
my
front
turn?
like Jalen Hurts is carrying this team, this injury-riddled team that has no talent on his back and his shoulders? That's false. It's not the case.
They lose their number one
Is it my
receiver when they have
turn?
another number one receiver,
Right,
and then they're
so
like,
is
they're
it
like,
my
oh,
turn?
we
They
handle
lose-
adversity
they
against
lose-
the Giants practice squad cornerbacks.
They lose their number one receiver and just give the ball to Saquon Barkley. Like, what are we doing?
Is it my turn? Are the
But
losers
J Tuck,
done?
they had Brett Toth at center. J Tuck,
Oh my God.
Are the losers done?
Oh,
Because
they had
God.
Brett
first of all,
Toth at
the
center. J Tuck,
struggle.
they
I
should
come
have
from
lost
the
by
hood.
40, but they didn't.
I come from the
look
struggle.
how we
Yeah,
got y'all
we
acting.
missed our starting center. Like, golly, you lose your starting wide receiver.
KB
You have
was
another
trying to
wide
hold it
receiver
together,
one and
trying not to make
Saquon
no
Barkley.
excuses, and here they come out.
Listen.
Why are y'all so afraid to
Are
admit
y'all
that?
done?
All right,
Are
I'll
y'all
let you go. Why are you
First of
afraid to admit
all,
it?
you were talking about us not being able to spell. Can you comprehend a message? Because she is saying, she is recognizing the talent that's on this team. She's
I
saying,
know.
why are y'all discrediting our talent? Every
not.
winning team needs talent. However, when a talented team like Philadelphia wins, y'all use our talent against
No,
us.
that's
That's
not
her
the
exact
case.
point.
That's
If
not
you
the case.
comprehend
She's
her
making our
message,
case for
she
us.
is saying every good team in history has to have talent. Also, like your team has had before, top 3 offenses, great defenses, and didn't do shit with it. So don't be
actually
mad
did.
that our
We
talented
won the division,
rosters,
we went to the
don't
playoffs.
be mad that our talented rosters can finish the job and close it out. Thank
So
you.
exactly.
Second
So you're
of all,
been
KB,
telling you
are
for
you
9
active
weeks
now?
you
Because
have
we
the
could go
talented
toe to
roster.
toe. We could go band for band. We could go M for M because it sounds like
Let's
you're
go.
ready to
Let's go.
read
Let's go
off
Super Bowl
some
for Super Bowl. Let's
excuses.
go Super Bowl for Super Bowl right now.
It sounds
Let's
like
do
you're
it.
ready to read off some excuses from last game, and I got.
I got no
answers for you,
excuses.
buddy.
I got no excuses. I
That's what
just
I'm
feel like
saying.
it's
So
so
you-
funny that Eagles fans like constantly
Right,
think that they're the underdogs. Like it's 27. It's 27. They
Right,
live in
right.
2017 and they've
First
never
of
gotten
all,
out of
I think it's
2017.
Right.
hilarious.
They think they're the underdog. They think the NFL hates them, even though the NFL loves them. The NFL literally put them in position to do a tush, but go Eagles, do a tush push for us. We're gonna mark Jalen Hurts short, even though he got the first down. And Brian Burns hit a penalty, but they ignored that so they could do a tush push. Oh my gosh, the NFL loves the tush push.
Struggle.
Y'all
We from the
sound
struggle.
So much
hard.
adversity, guys.
Yeah,
Brett
so
Toth
much-
was
so
at
much
center.
adversity
Oh
that they
man,
have to
Jalen
battle
Carter
and
is
deal
back.
with.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, like
Bro,
We
Oh,
had no
they
AJ Brown.
trying.
Guys, what are we going to do without AJ Brown? Oh, man. Oh,
Right. You didn't-
Kevin
you didn't-
Patullo.
you
Kevin
didn't-
Patullo.
you
Oh,
didn't
my
hear
God.
Miami-
He's
you
going to
didn't hear
destroy
Miami
this
Heat
team.
You didn't hear
Oh.
Miami Heat fans when they had a super team saying, "Oh, we didn't have that much talent." Like, no, bro, you got LeBron.
One for you, KB.
You had a super team.
One for you,
You know what I'm
KB.
saying? Like,
One for you, Tuck.
golly. Just let it
Here's
out.
some
Y'all
extra
from the
ones for you,
suburbs.
KB.
And Jalen's parents
I
has
think-
a real good marriage.
I think Eagles fans should just say, listen,
Put
we
your eyes in the
acknowledge
camera.
Jalen Hurts has a great
Put your eyes in
situation,
the
and we have
camera.
a great
Right.
I'll
team.
wipe your tears. Don't worry.
Listen,
Put your eyes in the
Eagles
nobody
fans
would
are
ever
gangsters.
listen.
I
You
got
went to
y'all.
private school.
I'll never
We
say
all
that the Eagles
family.
aren't
Don't
the
worry,
best
I got
run
y'all.
organization in the NFL. You guys should be
Right.
proud of that. But I feel like you guys
I'm
ignore
saying.
that and just give all the credit to Jalen Hurts, like as if you
Right.
guys don't have the
Okay,
best
it's all
roster
right.
in the
It's
NFL.
gonna be all right. It's gonna be all
It's
right.
crazy. Private
It's
school
gonna be
kids
all
acting
right.
like they
Big
from the
Mama
hood.
got y'all. Big Mama got
J-Tuck
y'all.
really
Big-
said
Big
the
Mama got
Definitely
Eagles
TikTok
are-
rappers, man.
Their real name's
Mama got
Clarence.
y'all.
That's what
Their
J
real
Tuck's
name's
whole
Clarence.
point is. Really. That's what the whole point of the segment
Don't
is.
worry, y'all. It's gonna
The
be all right.
Clarence
It's
Eagles.
still a lot of season to go. You
The
might get us
Clarence
next.
Eagle.
You might
Wipe
get us
them up,
next year,
Simone.
baby.
They still dripping. They're still
KB, you
dripping.
might get us next year. It's always next year, boo. Okay.
Joseph
will.
saying this is what 3-5 sounds like, and it's sad. Well, let's see
We're
if we can get
2-6,
those.
baby. Woo!
Let's see if we can get those records improved. By the way, Daniel's coming in, and he's saying, KB and J Tuck sound so damn salty. Well,
Nothing
let's see
wrong
if
with a
they-
little sodium.
Yeah, let's see if
add
they
some
can
flavor, baby.
turn that sodium into maybe some sugar this upcoming week in week 9. Let's transition. Let's talk about what we have on the slate this upcoming weekend. Let's start with those New York Giants in the Sunday early window. The San Francisco 49ers coming off of a loss. They're on the road. They're taking on the G-Men in East Rutherford. So obviously you got a San Francisco team that's been vying for the top of the NFC West, and they're coming off of a loss. They're going to be motivated. The Giants super banged up, but they're going to look to get things right, bounce back a bit in this one. So I'm going to start with Simone. Let's get her thoughts on what she thinks is going to go down between the G-men and the 49ers.
You had to start with
First
Simone.
of all, I'm tired because I just had to put 2 babies to bed. So I don't know if I'm ready to do this right now. Okay. You know, being big mama it's a lot of work being a single mother of 3 kids. 1 kid I can't even find. He's MIA. Okay. So I'm stressed right now, but this is a lot. Okay. Let me be strong, be strong, be strong. 49ers, we already know. Okay. Giants is done. They're cooked. Okay. The Broncos put the first hammer in the coffin. We laid them down in the grave. Okay. You hear KB weeping over them. Like, this show is a funeral. This is supposed to be previews and breakdowns and analysis, not crying as ye. Okay. 49ers about to take advantage. They the next ones up.
Simple as that. You know, Simone likes to keep it short and sweet. She's got the 49ers rocking and rolling. Jay Tuck, how do you see this one, Niners-Giants Sunday afternoon?
I think Jalen Hurts is 14-24 when his defense gets over 23 points.
Cook, Jay Tuck, let's go.
You see how he's still talking about it?
That's the outcome, I think.
That
your quarterback has a losing record when your team defense gets over 23 points. Now imagine it was 40. I could. Anybody want to chat GBT that real quick? Because I'm sure, well, not JT because he got an Android. But anybody else who doesn't have one of those old Android phones without spell check, want to chat GBT, what is Jalen Hurts' record when his defense allows 40 points? All right. Giants versus 49ers. 49ers win easily. I'm sorry, KB. It just is what it is.
Damn, man. We're trying to make a pact here, bro. We're trying to make a pact here.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it right now. 14-24 in playoffs. When his defense allows 23 points. If the Dallas Cowboys defense allowed just 23 points, I'll be sitting pretty right now. I would
such a head that wears the crown, baby.
Such an easy prediction for Jay Tuck. He used this segment to just keep on rolling from the previous one. I mean, that's how easy of a choice this was for Jay Tuck.
It is the NFC East Roundtable. We got 4 representatives of the Philadelphia Eagles on this show.
I mean, it's not much to talk about.
Well, you got to give Juan credit. He did not partake in the
not
beef.
Juan. I'm talking about Rio. I'm talking about the other host, Rio.
He's trying to set a good impression. He's the guest.
Look, sometimes you know.
As soon as I get off here, I need to go find him.
I got to give Rio some credit. With the Commanders' recent struggles, he has definitely taken the foot off the gas a little bit. Last year's version of Rio, that was a lead foot. That was a lead foot. Juan, speaking of those Commanders, I'm going to swing it up to you now and talk about the Giants-Niners. Who do you think's winning this game on Sunday?
Yeah, man, I think the 49ers are going to take care of business. Saquon Barkley started that game off last week with a huge run, gave me PTSD. I tweeted that out. Looked like the NFC Championship all over again. And they're coming off a tough loss against the Texans. And I think Christian McCaffrey's just going to run wild on that defense. And Cam Scatterbo and no Malik Neighbors. Like, I just don't see how they can get things rolling offensively. Jackson Dart has been solid, but as we all mentioned, I think that Broncos game kind of just took the life out of the Giants, and then they lose their best guy, not named Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors on offense. I don't see how they get things back on track against the Niners team, especially that defense, even with all their injuries, man. Come on.
KB, do you see a way they get back on track this upcoming Sunday?
Absolutely not. The Giants are going to be in their I think their legacy uniforms or doing their throwback uniforms. They're going to lose, but lose in style, baby. At least if we're going to lose, let's look good doing it. So I'm happy about that. But listen, the Giants cannot stop the run at all. And Christian McCaffrey is him. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants against us. But a big factor that I want Giants fans to pay attention to, for those of you guys, very few, because I know a lot of Giants fans just I don't even want to hear anything about the Giants right now. But for those of you Giants fans are listening right now, pay attention to the 49ers and what they're doing. That team is decimated by injuries, and they still find ways to be competitive, and not only competitive, they're still finding ways to win games. That's what the Giants need to do. And unfortunately, they're not just going to fix that in 1 week against a team that's been doing that in the Niners. I think they're going to lose. But just Giants fans, pay attention to the Niners. They've got guys that you never even heard of out there playing well. And that all relies on coaching. That really goes to show how bad the coaching is for the Giants right now. And once we clean house, we got the talent to be competitive. So, the Giants are not going to win this game, but they're going to look good doing it.
Nobody believes the G-Men will bounce back this weekend. Does anybody believe the Commanders will bounce back on Sunday Night Football? This schedule, brutal for Washington. They're coming off playing Kansas City. Now they have to take on a red-hot Seattle Seahawks team. It is at home. It is in primetime yet again here for Washington. J-Tuck, I'll kick it off with you. Sunday Night Football, Seahawks, Commanders. Who takes it?
Why are the Commanders getting all these primetime games?
They thought
because we got Jaden Daniels. That's why we got Jaden Daniels.
Who asked for this?
Do you really? Do you really?
Yeah. If Jaden Daniels is back and healthy, I do give them a chance to beat the Seattle Seahawks, but I think this is going to be a tough one. Oh man, I'm gonna go with Seattle, man. I just think like Seattle's a more complete team. I kind of trust them on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks to win versus the Commanders. So another loss for the Commanders.
Yeah, Seahawks feel like one of the more complete teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
KB, is that completeness of Seattle good enough to go out and rock Washington this upcoming Sunday night?
Seattle is going to rock Washington. I don't know if you guys have watched Seattle games, but Jackson Smith-Njigba is on another level right now. This guy has like over 800 yards already, and I have him on fantasy, so I've been paying attention to him, and he has been literally single-handedly winning me games. And their running game is pretty good with K9 and Zach Charbonnet, and Sam Darnold's looking really good as well. So I think with that alone, the Washington defense is crumbling, and it's getting worse and worse as the weeks go on. They are not ready for Seattle's offense. If they find a way to shut them down, I will be surprised. But the only way you're going to beat Seattle is in a shootout, and I don't think that's happening.
They are really, Sam Darnold, by the way, it's an incredible year that he's having. JSN without Metcalf has ascended into one of the best wide receivers in the league, and this defense is scary. So, Simone, with all these threats that Seattle poses for Washington, do the Commanders have a chance on Sunday night?
Come on, show us some love. Oh, man.
Oh, what you say, my bad?
He wanted a little love.
Instant denial.
I'm with Tuck. If Jaden Daniels is playing, a better shot, but it's the Washington defense that's just too funky for me. Yep. Being at home is going to be good. Obviously, better that this game isn't in Seattle, but yeah, like the way JSN is playing, this offense is scary in Seattle. I just don't see Washington's defense holding up. Maybe if they can get in a shootout with Jaden, maybe. But the defense is just too mid.
Juan, you're the last line of defense for your Washington Commanders here. Do you have any faith in them on Sunday night?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. And I hate to sound like a homer. And I know with Simone being so successful, so like she probably doesn't believe in moral victories, but they showed me something on Monday night. Like
hell no.
They did, man. Defensively, bro. Like, I know y'all been keeping up with us as well, so y'all know how bad our defense has looked. But like, come on, we forced Patrick Mahomes into 2 turnovers. We got to him, got pressure on him, got him to the ground, got him to multiple 4th downs and 3rd downs. So this defense showed life with the changes that we made, putting young and faster talent out there. And quite frankly, our season's on the line. I personally think the season is a little tough to come back for now, having 4 NFC losses as it is. But our season is quite frankly on the line. If we really want to turn this thing around, we have to win on Sunday night. And I think offensively, Terry McLaurin, hopefully he's back because he may have re-aggravated that quad injury. So that's going to be huge in determining my confidence level. But right now, as it said, I'm very confident in this team to be able to turn it around, at least get this victory versus the Seahawks. I know they've been balling, but I think we can stifle that offense. They are a very good road team, and Jackson Smith-Njigba, I don't think we're going to have an answer for him. But Marcus Mariota, I believe is going to end up starting this game, and I think he's going to do just enough to get the victory. As I said on Monday night, he was not the problem and the reason why we did not win on Monday night. So I expect another stellar performance. We're rocking our throwback jerseys as well, and we're retiring Art Monk, probably our greatest wide receiver in our franchise history. So come on, Commanders. Let's save our season, baby. Let's do it. I got us winning.
Speaking of prime time, let's move to Monday Night Football, where the Dallas Cowboys are hosting the Arizona Cardinals, who are 2-5, but have played just about everybody they've gone against very tight. This one is in Dallas. Let's see if Dak Prescott can have a better game this time around than this past week, because according to Carrot Green, Dak's record in the playoffs is 1-4 when Dallas allows 21 points. Thinking Jay Tuck is cherry picking stats, but we'll see on Monday night, 21 points or not, if Dak Prescott can have a better outing and lead Dallas to a W. Simone, you're moving and grooving, so I'll swing it to you.
Hold on. So, quick shameless plug. You guys can call into the show. You got to join the Patreon with y'all scary ass.
First of all, you need to tell your people they can put some money up and get on the screen.
Scary.
They're putting money up and get on the screen. Tell your people to put some money up.
Cowboys fans, money's
We'll
no
take
issue.
theirs.
Right.
We'll be fine.
Cheap talk. Cheap talk. Cheap talk.
There you go. There it is right there. Y'all scary ass in the chat. Now,
Patreon link in the description
because
below.
You ain't working. They already know what you're going to say.
It's because they know I'm just playing. But if they come on this show trying to talk ball with me, I will drag their ass all across this show bad
all
and use it for Instagram and
Dak
TikTok.
Prescott.
I will drag them all across this show and use them for Instagram.
Dak Prescott.
Join it. I'll drag them all across it. I need some more TikTok clips. What y'all be doing with that? Take me through there. I would drag y'all ass all over this show if y'all call in.
Come help Jay Talk boost his TikTok stock. Come on, come help a man out.
Too loose with the wrist. Too loose with the wrist, Jay Talk.
Tighter with the wrist.
Look at that. He's flicking the wrist for you. Go. The least you can do is sign up to be a Patreon member. Link in the description below.
I'll drag anyone who presses that number. Press pound.
Call in, press pound, give Jay Tuck the business. Meanwhile, I know Simone's about to give Jay Tuck the business because the little boys are in prime time against the Cardinals. Simone, talk to me.
Unlike Jay Tuck, I don't feel the need to give somebody the business. All I do is speak truth and stay on topic. And Jay Tuck, please remember, okay, this segment right now is about the little boys. It got nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. It's got nothing to do with the Philadelphia Eagles. So when Z-Bot says it's your turn, this is about the Cardinals and the little boys. It ain't got nothing to do with us, okay? This should be a get-back game for the little boys if they play their cards right. The Cardinals, no pun intended, okay?
Nice.
They just a team that, like you said, Z-Bot, they hang around, but they find ways to lose. These past couple of seasons, I don't know what's been going on in Arizona. They've just been hanging and floating around mid. I do think this is a game where Dallas's offense is going to be able to overpower the Cardinals. Dallas is always at home, boy. I feel like every show is Dallas at home. This should be a good little get right game for them. Losing to the Cardinals, that don't make no sense in 2025, 2024, 2023, or 2022. Okay, so little boys should win.
Always the game of the week, always at home, right? It's the Cowboys world. We're just living in it. But KB, in that world, are we going to see a W from them Cowboys on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, this one's an interesting one. The Cardinals I've been, checking them out toward this season, and you look at every game, they have not lost a game for like in a margin of over 7 points. So like they've always kept it extremely close. I don't know if they played an offense like the Cowboys, but let's see if the Cowboys even show up or if Dak Prescott's able to carry them over. I don't see the Cardinals scoring many points. They've been struggling to score points all season. They haven't really been doing too much of that. Is Kyler Murray even playing in this game? Because I know he didn't play in the last game. Is he even playing in this game? I have no idea. But if he's not, then of course the Cowboys are going to win. But it's going to be a lot more interesting.
Nah, they've been
Kyler
playing
Murray
better
plays.
with Jacoby Brissett. No question about it.
That is true. That is true. Which is it sucks to say. It's crazy to say that Daniel Jones is the best quarterback of that draft class. But yeah, I think the Cowboys are going to win. Can the Cardinals keep it close? Yeah, because they've done that against the Packers, the Colts, other teams that I can't remember right now. But they found a way to keep it close. They just always find a way to lose it at the end of the game, which I'm all too familiar with. So yeah, I'm going to say the Cowboys win, but I think it's going to be closer. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
All right, KB's got a good one for us on Monday.
NC State Wolfpack legend Jacoby Brissett. Okay,
He's been balling.
You know what? He might just go band for band with Dak and the little boys. Okay.
Juan, what do you think? We thinking band for band Monday night, Cardinals Cowboys?
Hey, look,
I think
Kyler Murray. Oh, you can go ahead.
Oh no! I thought
what you got? What do you got?
Juan, Simone. It was too close. Go ahead.
Juan and Simone. Yeah, every time I hear Juan, I immediately think, man, I meant to say this. My bad.
But man, look, Kyler, he owned the Cowboys in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I think he's from Texas, so like he might do what he do if he play. But all in all, I think Dallas is gonna get back on track. That they're at home. That offense is still one of the best in the league. Just so happens that they faced that red hot Denver Broncos team. So unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say this, give me the Dallas Cowboys. But hopefully I'm wrong.
Man, J Tuck, there's some love for the boys. What do you think?
I don't pay you to say it.
Talk to me.
This is going to be a tough one. Traditionally the Cardinals have owned the Dallas Cowboys. Kyler Murray is from Texas. I mean, Kyler Murray is a family friend of mine, my father and everything. So it depends on if he plays or not. If he's going to play and be healthy, I think it's going to be a closer game. Typically the Dallas Cowboys too play better at home. Offense clicks better at home. But that's usually when I'm in the building, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be there Monday, so I won't be able to be an overseer how things going. But I think the Dallas Cowboys get back on track versus the Cardinals. I think, after showing that happened versus the Broncos, Dak and the offense will be much better. But it's just hard, y'all, honestly, when it comes to trusting this defense. You never know which defense is going to show up. We still have guys on IR. Linebackers aren't playing well. Defensive front can't get pressure. So if you can't do that versus Kyler Murray, who is a dual threat quarterback, he'll carve you. And they have their wide receivers and one of my favorite tight ends in the league. He's really emerging in Trey McBride. So I think it's going to be a tough battle, probably be a high scoring game, but I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to get this one at home versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Man, lots of confidence in the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. We'll see if they can bounce back and get the W in primetime. Linda's going to close us out with another super chat, by the way. Linda's saying, listen to the Mara and Jones minions. The Philadelphia Eagles do not apologize for building a great roster. Deal with it. Talk to your ownership, man.
Hey, I'm trying, Linda. I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying to say be more like Howie. We on
the same side here, man.
Our ribs are touching out here, man.
Man. Simone, they're just trying to get on your level. Like you said, lonely is the head that wears the crown.
Private school life is like, man.
Or heavy is the head, rather. I screwed that out. Yeah.
I know. We in the hood.
Yeah, Dak ain't got no books, no backpack. Can I borrow a pencil? You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to take that pencil and get it done. That's the thing.
Funny how things changed.
I probably got MacBooks.
Funny how the tone changes when the result isn't in your favor. Okay. Because if y'all want,
you get to sit back.
Hey, George Pickens and CD and CD and Dak and George Pickens, we have the best wide receiver core in the league. Okay, if my quarterback
in quarterback.
If they won, then they would have had everything they needed, Z-Pop. But now they lost.
No, you can go look on my Twitter timeline on February 12th. I said our defense was going to be trash. Offense is going to be firepower.
Do you know who my safety is? Because they lost. Had they won, it would have been boom, 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 boom. Where's pull up week one? I want to read the comments. That's the best.
Oh, it's on Instagram. It's on Instagram. Dak's still in the MVP running. Don't get that twisted. It's still in the MVP running.
Receipts, baby. Receipts and tissues. Two things I have to keep on this show messing with y'all.
Well, Simone, you had plenty of time this weekend.
I want to know, though. I saw a whole bunch of comments in the chat, but I ain't seen no phone ringing. I ain't hear
Next
the phone.
week.
I'm handling you enough. I don't. You don't need to call in.
What
That's
y'all
what I'm
doing,
up
Philly?
here for.
All that in the chat.
That's what I'm
I'll
here
call in.
for.
What's the number? Call in. I never did a picture. I'll call in. Ain't that right? Is that too limp or too? Come on,
What you're trying to do to even tell.
He's looking for some advice on the wrists, if they're too loose or not.
But what are you trying to do? I don't even know what's happening.
I'm saying a bunch of people in the chat were like, oh, Tuck can't talk football. I can talk. Well, call in. Try it. Many have tried, and a lot have failed. You know what I'm saying? What does Bar Paul say?
Again,
never lost.
they don't want to talk to lose.
Well, then why they want to talk in the chat? I was over there engaging the chat, Simone. I was talking to your people.
Chatting for me.
I was talking to your people in the chat.
Don't get that.
I was engaging with your people. And none of them picked up the celly and called in because they know what'll happen.
Karadic, by the way, he says that Dak moved to the hood. He was born in the suburbs, moved to the hood, apparently, based on the way that things have gone from start to finish. Oh, man. Well, hey, look at Simone this upcoming week. You get to kick your feet back, watch the rest of the gang, try to keep up. It's 3 games in the division. Eagles on the bye. We can't wait to talk about what we see in week 9 with you. Same place, same time next week. Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. right here on the NFC East Roundtable. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for us on this episode. For Jay Tuck, Simone, KB, Juan, and Rio, who will be back with us next week, I'm your host, Z-Bot. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning in to the NFC East Roundtable, and we'll see you on the next one.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network, covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.